Hey, whoever's here, I'm making this live because there's an issue right now. So, whoever's here, whoever's watching, um, just got the new microphone. It's another Blue Yeti, same as the one I had before, and I did this because I was having issues with my audio. Uh, but the problem is, right now, it's a hookup. So, it's a USB mic. It's not Bluetooth or anything. I hook it directly up to the laptop, but anytime I use a wire, I tried switching out the wire, it didn't work, and it just keeps getting worse. It's like I speak into a cell phone, if that makes sense. So mic sounds perfectly fine. What I can do is I can plug it in and then I can use my headphones and listen. I can hear the feedback of my audio. But the problem is that sounds fine, but when it goes into my computer for any recording whatsoever, it doesn't matter where I'm recording it, it doesn't get registered the same way. It comes out like cell phone audio. So I'm just frustrated at this point because I don't know what to do to fix it. I don't know. It must be a laptop issue. I don't know if it's some sort of an audio drive error, but that's where I'm at right now because I went to go record a forecast today, went to go record another video, and I'm stuck at this point because I refuse to put out a low quality audio for my viewers to listen to. And that's, I could use my cell phone. Um, it has a better mic audio than what my computer would record from its base laptop. But this is just it's unfortunate because that means that it wasn't a mic issue ever to begin with. So I didn't need to get a new microphone. And as much as I love having a new microphone, that didn't solve my problem. So now I'm stuck in the same place that I was before. And I think it's honestly just going to be time for either new hardware or just a whole new laptop altogether because I want to continue making content for you guys, but at the end of the day, I can't do that with crappy audio. You know what I mean? Excuse my language. Hey, Severe Weather PA, how's it going? Um, just giving some grievances on why I'm not making content right now. I am not gonna say that. I can say 8-9, but I don't know. I feel like I've already been. It's been all over my feed, and I don't think I need to say it. Long time no see. Yeah, I haven't been. I know. I've wanted to put content out for you guys. That's the problem. Where did we get 13 people from just like that? Like, where? How did we just all at once get like 13 people watching from two? Um, but no, I love it. YouTube, the algorithm works so weird. Anyway, um, what I was talking about is that my microphone, it's not a microphone issue. This is the brand new microphone, okay? Brand new Blue Yeti microphone. Same as the last one I've been recording on for a couple years now. And the audio records just fine on the microphone, but when it goes to my computer through the USB, because it's a USB microphone, it's through this cord, it doesn't, it sounds like a cell phone. So whenever I go to record my video today, I was just about to do that. I was going to prepare a little video for y'all, and I can't now because I refuse to put out cell phone audio quality footage. I was going to talk about this giant storm that's going to be coming through, bringing a lot of rain, some thunderstorms, winter weather, but man, it's annoying because I want to continue to make content. I'm on break right now in the middle of my semester, so there's nothing else to do. Um, and I would like to I would like to continue making content. It's really frustrating. But you guys, at some point, whether I have to get a new laptop or I'm just going to continue, maybe I'll record with my cell phone. I don't know, but I'll get something for you guys. I'll get some sort of content out. I've been trying to keep you updated with shorts and all that, just keeping little stuff. We had a nice amount of snow come through this past weekend. It was beautiful. I think it was all day Sunday. All day Sunday it snowed here, and we got about 5.5 inches is what I recorded. Yeah, I haven't seen you in a very long time. I'm trying to read that comment, Tommy. Anyway, yeah. So that's where I'm at. But if all else goes, to fail, I will probably just hop on live and do a forecast that way. Um, I know not a lot of people like that method, but if, you know, I want to do something. I want to do something for the channel. I just need to figure out what the heck is going on with this microphone because it is really defeating to not be able to actually record anything. You have a brand new microphone and it's not working because of the computer. So if anybody's tech savvy or if you know if it's like how to fix an audio drive error, because I'm pretty sure it's an audio driver, that's what's going. Thank you. Thank you for the gift, 100. I didn't even know I had those enabled. Wow. Thank you. I normally don't have people send gifts, but I really appreciate that. It's been a very long time since I've live streamed doing severe weather, and people used to send super chats all the time, and it was awesome. So thank you. I appreciate that. I seen you work at McDonald's. I actually never did work at McDonald's. I did work at Sheetz though, but no, never been to McDonald's. I don't even want to think what it would be like to work for McDonald's. That'd be terrible. My condolences for anybody who works there, but that must be difficult. I don't really know what to do about this. I wanted to get a video out today. That was going to be the big thing that I was going to do today, and I don't know. I'm not sure what to do. I could probably use some sort of AI voice, robot voice, or whatever you want to call it, text to speech, but last time I did that, it just sounded awful. It didn't sound the same. It didn't give the same output that I wanted it to. Any worker there makes more money than you. See, I wasn't insulting, like I'm not insulting McDonald's workers. That's the thing. It's the company. That's what I mean. Like working there must be really hard. So no, I'm not. I'm saying my condolences to anybody who works at McDonald's because that must be really hard, not because of the amount of money they make. Also, what a weird comment. Let's see the next one, and that's awesome. 2 months sober is amazing. That is awesome. Congratulations. Keep it up. I'm gonna I think I need more coffee, but I just wanted to come on live and explain that's why I don't have any content coming out because of this issue. But hey, at least we're still on the road. You know, I'm still in between semesters, and we're about halfway to finishing my degree to be a meteorologist. So that's going to be awesome. If you've been with me for a while, you know I started this channel whenever I was in middle school, and I was doing forecasts in middle school, weather forecasts, and it's kind of weird when I go back on my videos to see the evolution of me learning more over time, because obviously when you're in middle school, your forecasts are going to probably suck. So I was just getting out started, and it's been getting better every year. And there's so much more to learn. You can't stop learning. So if you're going to do the same field as well, make sure, you know, that you have an open mind, that there's always more stuff to learn, especially in this field. The atmosphere is always changing. So nothing more hardcore than being 100% sober, living in this life. Congrats. Yes, that's awesome. Yes. Sobriety is awesome. And that's awesome that you're getting through that. And 2 months is amazing. That's the coffee mug you chose to drink out of this morning? Yeah. I didn't even see that. Yeah, I didn't even see I don't know, it says follow your own path. It's one of the mugs we have. I have a bunch of random mugs throughout. I don't know. I don't even know why I'm explaining my mug to you. Is that Alice? Probably. I don't know. I actually don't know who that is. Yeah, I think that's Alice from Alice in Wonderland. I don't know. Is it? No. Who is that? I don't know. I don't know who that is. I've seen it before. Weed is still okay. I didn't say that. I was reading a comment, but I'm bored. I'm probably gonna hop off of here. I gotta figure out this microphone issue so I can actually get some content for you guys. Plus, I think my chat is pretty much filled with random people I don't know, and they're all trolls. But yeah. If anybody has any suggestions on like what to do about it, though, if you know anybody, I've tried Copilot. I've tried like Google's AI, and I've tried to just research it on YouTube. None of it explains how to fix the issue. You ever watch Max Velocity, who is a YouTube? Yeah, I do know about Max Velocity. I think I watched some of his videos back when I first started. I think we kind of started around the same time, or he started YouTube shortly after me. I can't remember when he started, but yeah, he's a cool dude. I think he just hit 1.5 million subscribers. I think I saw that on Twitter. So that's just congratulations. That's awesome. Loki, this stream is zesty. Zesty with what? Why are we zesty? Are you running from the cops? No comment. No. No, but I feel like there's a lot of people who have been recently. I feel like there's a lot more police chase videos coming out. Maybe that's just me. Maybe it's more dash cams. I don't know. Can you tell me the weather? Yes, I can tell you the weather if you legitimately want to know. If you give me like a location or a state and like a time frame you're looking for, then I can definitely do that. One of the big things I'm looking at right now, and I can actually show you on my screen, is I'm just using Pivotal Weather, but this big atmospheric river off to the west, right there. So here, let me stabilize this a little bit. So there's a lot of precipitation coming in from the west there. It's so much, and it's warmer off to the west right now. I think most of the temperatures down towards the coast are about 40 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's why a lot of this is coming in as rain. But once that colder air wraps back around the low pressure system, you're going to see a lot of that snow start to come up. And I think there's supposed to be about 60 plus inches for some of these higher elevations in this one system over the next day or two. I think it's 24 to 48 hours. But the real thing is whenever this shifts over here to the east, and then we have all this rain down south, we kind of see the subtropical jet stream and the polar jet stream phase a bit. And there's a lot of rain over here off to the east. I think about some portions of Indiana are going to get about 2 inches or so. So there is a lot. If we look at the total QPF, there is a lot of rain expected. I think it actually went down. Now, this is just the GFS, the latest 12Z run, but it's about an inch there. All right, let's see. So you said shading more necessary chases. Driver, I don't know what you're talking about. I literally am looking at the forecast models. I have no idea, and don't call me a pig, bro. You can come over here and say that to me. But no, we're not advising people to go chase storms. I'm literally showing a forecast model. It's Southern Illinois. All right. I'll get Southern Illinois for you. If you're wondering about like the system that's coming through, you're going to get some colder air. It's definitely going to be a bit warmer beforehand though, because we have that warm air advection from the south. But here, I'll play it out for you. So, excuse my phone. So we're starting off with some colder air right now, but as you can see, about Tuesday into Wednesday, we start to warm up a bit. And I think it's about Thursday or Friday, we start to get those 40s or 50s coming in, especially down here for Southern Illinois. Let me go down a bit. You guys I think you might even break 60, potentially, actually. So upper 50s for temperature-wise, that's for Thursday and into Friday. Friday, we do have that. I think it's afternoon, evening, Thursday. You guys get that cold front that comes through with that big system, a lot of precipitation coming through. You can actually see that here. This is the cooling from the heavy precipitation that you can see here, but the actual Arctic air mass is even more dense back here. So that's going to also advect into the area Thursday night and the Friday morning. And you can see even down here into Southern Illinois, you get some of those colder temperatures down to the 20s, mid-20s. And I think the wind chill is also going to be a big threat because with this wind, the system is going to bring a lot of wind here. Springfield is real? Yes. I think at least. I don't know if I've actually been to Springfield. I think I've passed by it. So wind gusts of about 30 to 40 miles per hour. That's heading through today. You might get a couple gusts up there. But the main threat is when this line comes through. We could see wind gusts down in southern Illinois, depending on where you are, anywhere from Springfield all the way down to Carbondale of about 40 to even in the mid 40s. So 40 miles per hour. Then look at that. So big time wind throughout much of the Ohio Valley and the Midwest. 40s, 50s. It's a lot of wind. But of course, without the snow, we're not having blizzard conditions all the way down here. If this was snow, this would be a big different story. But as you can see here, this is a lot of it's just going to be rain. So looking at southern Illinois again, come Thursday night into Friday morning, those early hours. Actually, that's Thursday midday. Yeah, we start getting precipitation. Looks like all day Thursday, it's going to be pretty wet down there. But we head into Thursday around 12 p.m. And that's when that cold front, that initial line pushes through. And that's going to bring a lot of gusty winds behind it too. So not only are you going to get a good bit of rain, about an inch there in some areas, but it's going to be very fast driven, going to move through very quickly. So it could pose some hazardous threats, especially with the wind and the wind chill that night whenever it gets colder. It's about 15 minutes from Carbondale. Okay, so you're down kind of in this area, I see. National Weather Service blend the models. I think this actually, the National Weather Service blend the models is usually my particular choice when I'm looking at temperature, just because one model can say one thing and another model can say a completely different story. Also, it's good to match it to the current conditions, but just looking off of this, look at that. St. Louis, so that's even Tuesday. We get up into the 50s again down in St. Louis. Pretty nice. But I think the best is whenever we get down towards Thursday. Thursday, actually, look at that. So Southern Illinois, I think it's going to be more lower 50s to mid 50s as the highs for Southern Illinois. Then, you go up to Chicago, you have almost near, you might break 50 degrees, but with that lake, I doubt it. That colder air up there, especially with the wind coming through. So probably more like the mid to upper 40s as a high up there. You're welcome. No problem, Tina. What are the wind gusts on Thursday? That depends. So there's a lot of different areas that will be impacted by wind, but generally, for a widespread stance, the wind gusts are looking to be around 40 to 50 miles per hour for the majority of people who will experience them. But I'll go to the national level and show you here. So we'll go back to the 10-meter AGL wind gusts. We're using the National Weather Service blend of forecast models. So it's kind of like taking an average from all of the models, kind of seeing what they're all saying and agreeing on in some circumstances. So you can see the system moving in Wednesday. A lot of wind for the west coast there, the Pacific Northwest, 30, 40 mile per hour wind gusts. But it really intensifies, especially when we have this descending air off of the east side of the Rockies. Look at that. That'll actually influence a lot of that warmer air too because of the pressure buildup off the east side of the Rockies there. But look at that. Up to 70, 80 mile per hour wind gusts there for northwest Montana there off of the east side of the Rocky Mountains. That's big time wind. Now, I don't know if it's going to happen to that exact standard. Again, that's not too far out. That's a little over a day out. But I still don't want to, pinpoint wind gusts. But generally, it's going to be very windy up in Montana, especially off of the mountains on the east side of the mountains in Montana. But we see a lot of widespread 40, 50, even some pockets of 60 mile per hour wind gusts there. And then we progress into Thursday. So this is about midday Thursday. A lot of winds for North Dakota, South Dakota along the eastern side of those states and down in Nebraska, with northwest Iowa seeing a lot of about 40, also 50 mile per hour wind gusts. And that just keeps advancing east. It's going to weaken a bit though. I think the low pressure system that is bringing this is actually going to go from a 970 millibar low pressure center over here to about a 980. So it is going to weaken a little bit, which might have an effect on some of the wind gusts, but then it does intensify off to the east. And that's really going to bring a lot of cold air back down with it when this does come through. It's going to be pretty interesting to see this. You can see It almost looks like a little hook echo with a supercell on reflectivity. It really just comes down and hooks right there. And this is just your base temperature, not wind chill or anything. We could again have temperatures as cold as, let's see, what are some of the coldest? -16 there for northern Minnesota, getting down into the single digits in states like Iowa, Illinois, Wisconsin, North Dakota, South Dakota. A lot of cold air moving in. And then, of course, off to the south there, we could see some of those colder freezing temperatures as far south as northern Mississippi and into Arkansas. So definitely a big amount of cold air here. Not as intense as the last one that just came through, but definitely going to be a pretty impactful system. Yes, that's a great point. So Profolk22, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, stated, in my opinion, weather forecasting over the past year has been inaccurate. Are you seeing this as well, or am I crazy? So weather forecasting does go through phases, and I'll explain that a bit. So of course, as you know, I'm studying to be a meteorologist with Mississippi State, and one of the things that my professor has emphasized as a meteorologist and storm chaser as well is that, what was it? I think 2 out of 3 times you're going to get about 2 out of 3 forecasts right. So which that sounds good, but when you think about it, that's a pretty small percentage. And in different times when dynamics become more hard to forecast, especially in these changing seasons, again, we're going from La Nina now into a neutral phase, into El Nino again, which we just came out of El Nino and went into La Nina. So these transitional years are hard to forecast because the dynamics are changing. They're changing as we're forecasting. So it's difficult to predict how weather will be in the future if we also have things changing pretty quickly. You know, sea surface temperatures in the equatorial Pacific, trade winds. So it's difficult to pinpoint how to answer that because, yes, that is true. I don't know if it's particularly this past year that it's been more inaccurate, but there are seasons where forecasters abroad are just less accurate on an average than other years. And that's not, anything to do with their credibility. It's just hard to predict the future when the future is also changing at the same time, if that makes sense. But yeah, so that's why it is difficult to forecast. Again, you don't just want to go off of forecast models because that would be a bad way. We need the human aspect as well. So as I'm showing you these forecast models here, this isn't the only thing that's producing the forecast. It's also the opinion of the forecaster based off of what they've seen, whether it's with surface analysis or past experiences with certain weather events. There's a lot of study that goes into it. But yes. Trying to think of, that irritates me. I really feel frustrated that I can't do a live stream or even anything, just any type of content right now because the microphone is cooked. It's really frustrating, but I'll figure it out for you guys. I'm gonna figure something out. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. So I'll get back to you guys whenever I do end up fixing the microphone issue. I don't know what it's going to be. I might have to get a whole new laptop. But long story short is the content will be back here soon. I just need to figure out what I'm going to do for the audio issue because I really am sick and tired of having audio issues with this computer. But I'll catch y'all later. I'm going to hop off and get some more stuff done. Try to figure this out and maybe I'll be able to put a video out.